Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see a now healthy Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers as they match up with Jared Goff and the NFC champion LA Rams. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, this is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Rams offense ready to go to work, and it's Jared Goff who leads them out. #1 overall pick back in 2016. If you look at it, his rise falls right in line with the arrival of Sean McVay as head coach. 2 years ago, 0-7 start as a rookie, but since then 24-7 in the regular season the last 2 years. On 1st and 10, Goff. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And quickly now, here's a look at the Rams offense.
And I think the entire league benefited when Andrew Whitworth made the decision to come back for his 13th NFL season. Still one of the best offensive tackles in the game. 4 Pro Bowls, 2 times first-team All-Pro. He's now 10th among active players in the NFL in games started.
A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down LA.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing again is gone. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. A look now at the defensive starting lineup for the 49ers. And they come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And look at this, for the 2nd straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
54. Not today, you are. Not today.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
The four-time All-Pro Johnny Hecker is on to punt for L.A. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
Yeah, he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun. Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a Rams 1st down on a pickup of 10. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. They'll find Everett there, complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Delayed give, Goff to Gurley. And Gurley, he fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And look at this. For the 2nd straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. Gonna flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now. No score after...
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And this is hauled in by Matthews. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They're going to run this with a tight end. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He gets it to Gurley, complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo trying to lay one up deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
And that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Goff. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Nick Bosa in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Here's Goff. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all, but this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on second down. Garoppolo. It's caught by Coleman.
Here we go.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a third down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've hit halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game. Yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Stays on his feet. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down. On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And just like that, it's third down. There's Garoppolo to throw. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackle.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. A shotgun snap for Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. The big tackle, Andrew Whitworth, flag there. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard, 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Cut it left. Cut it left. Hey,
Now Goff. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion. But you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them. No pickup.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, 3rd quarter down in Arizona. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Gurley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Here's Goff. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
What a tough spot to miss a kick, just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Coleman now. A gain of 3, 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. 11 yards there, 1st down. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Here we go.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And Tevin Coleman polished it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
16. Single.
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football.